Montoya starts off serving.
If that's any indication of what we're going to see tonight, oh my goodness.
I mean, Garay has given us quite a show already this week, and I wouldn't expect anything less right here. He's keeping right up there with Montoya.
Nice shot by Montoya. Garay's serve was just about perfect, just over the line. Montoya really gets it in the rally, and we're seeing some good stuff so far. It's a good get. Beautiful pass. Garay's holding his hand up, thinking that Montoya didn't pick up the ball on one bounce. Referee disagrees. Continue the play. Montoya wins the point, and will side it out.
1-0 for Montoya. First point on the board.
Short serve right there.
Second serve for Montoya.
What a get.
Oh.
Unbelievable backhand splat by Garay. You think the ball is down, but no. Montoya with an unbelievable dive.
He's got that get ability. We coined that term for him last year.
I love it, get ability.
He just has some incredible stretch and reach and dives, and he's fun to watch.
Little off on the footwork there, didn't get around in time. Skips the ball pretty much right at his feet. And Garay will win an easy point. These guys are really starting out gunning that drive serve to the left-hand side. Finding it just a little bit short. You know, with these concrete courts, the ball sails, so you can hit it pretty low, and I think they're just feeling it out. Another forehand skip. And that one wasn't even close. You can tell he's fairly disappointed with himself at this point.
Yeah, still so early in the game, though. But we saw from Garay so far in the quarterfinals, he has such a strong physical game and then such a tough mental focus. He's a really tough opponent.
Wow. That ball was just centimeters away from the floor. That is about as perfect as a rollout as you can to the backhand pinch. Beautiful serve. And Garay puts it down the line for a winner.
Sorry, Scott, I plugged someone else into your extension. Sorry.
That is a beautiful serve. And it only takes a little bit of time before you dial it in. Like I said, these courts are really, really fast. You don't have to hit the ball. I mean, you can hit the ball fairly low on that front wall. It will sail over that line. And if you do it right, like Garay just did, it's an unbelievable winner. And there's another one. Good shot. Another skip to the forehand.
Garay is just really fast, and he has that hard hitting too. And he gets this right angle on this serve. It's really nice.
Ref's going to call that ball short, letting him know his call right now. They'll play second serve on that as the ball just barely caught the line. What
Oh,
a
he
get.
caught that. What?
Garay takes, Montoya takes the right shot, goes for the reverse pinch, nails it with the exception that it's just a hair high, comes off the sidewall inches, and Garay with an unbelievable get to kill it back. Another good serve.
Man, did you see that adjustment that Garay made? He was waiting for that ball to come off the back as he was running backwards. It kind of bounced funny. He flips around, still gets there.
Yeah, and he just basically does exactly what you need to do. He gets his racket out and just pushes it enough to put the ball in the left side of the court towards the back to make it difficult on Montoya.
Great athletes.
And that's a beautiful splat by Montoya with a nice little answer. You can tell he's still feeling it out. He's going from spectacular shots to spectacularly horrible skips.
Oh.
Nice get.
They're going to replay that one.
Yeah. Montoya was going up for a shot. When he's about to strike it, looked like he might have Garay in the way, and he holds up, and the ref calls it a hinder. Not an avoidable hinder because he didn't have a straight-in shot. That's what Montoya was asking for. And he's confirming that again, and the referee's letting him know, yes, we're playing that over. It's just a regular hinder. Wow. That was fast.
Yeah, just square right in the center of the court. And this is typical, I think, of Montoya's playing style. He really takes his time feeling out his opponent for those first couple points, and then you'll just kind of start to see him turn it up.
Yeah, my experience with Montoya is that most of his game comes off of his serve. If he's serving well, which is what we just saw, it generates the setup, he generally puts it down. That was a beautiful down-the-line winner. And so, a lot of it sometimes just comes down to how well are you serving.
Yeah. And Montoya was the winner of this event last year. He was the 2017 champion.
And if I recall correctly, he was pretty much serving it out.
Yeah.
Wow, Montoya with a pretty poor decision there. Hits a pinch to the right side. Garay is on the left, waiting for that pinch to come to him when all he had to do is put it right down the line. I'm sure Garay is thanking him for that shot.
6-3. Garay lines up for that drive serve.
Beautiful serve. Wow.
He's been doing a great job of crushing those balls at 39 feet today. We saw that in his quarterfinal against Andre Perea.
Yeah, he's got 4 winners on the forehand side, and he's just absolutely drilling it.
Second serve for Garay.
Oh, wow, big skip.
I love how you can feel here at in the club. Everyone can feel those. You know, everyone has that collective, oh.
It feels tense.
It does feel tense.
There's something in the air.
Competition is in the air.
Love it. Another great serve, setting up the forehand.
Oh. A lot of contact out there. They'll replay that one.
Garay is questioning whether or not he wants to argue that as an avoidable. It's questionable as whether or not it's an avoidable. Got to set up off the back wall, and Montoya doesn't allow him to get to the ball to take that setup. But in this situation, we're just going to replay it.
3-7. Short serve. WRT does play by the IRF rules, so you get 2 serves. So here's Montoya's second serve.
Wow, beautiful backhand. Well, he's found it, right? In the beginning of the game, we saw we saw some really great shots and we saw some spectacularly bad skips, and he's really honed it in, and you can tell he's now finding his groove, cleaning up some of those shots and really taking it to Garay.
Oh, he went for it on that one. Maybe a little bit too much.
But he's feeling it. He gets it. He's like, okay, I'm starting to get into the groove here, and I'm going to start experimenting with how much in the groove am I? Where am I with being able to take these spectacular, amazing off the back foot shots versus, needing to be a little bit more disciplined. Referee's going to stop play here.
So both these guys are from Chihuahua, Mexico, and we have a great team of Chihuahua players here. 7 of our 32 players in the pro draw are from Chihuahua. Good representation.
Tough serve. That is the second time Garay served that lob to the right wall. And the first time he didn't win the point, but he got a really great serve and had an opportunity to win the point with a poor shot by Montoya. That wall is where he needs to continue doing. It's so hard to see the ball on that wall.
Yeah, that glass is really tough.
That glass is amazingly tough.
Especially with the gearbox black ball, and as the light changes and there's people there wearing all types of colors, it's tough.
And if you get that ball just hugging, it is literally the best shot you can make on this court, despite it being to the forehand side, right? We always want to try and go to the backhand side, but in this court, this is a little bit of a different situation. Nice get, take it early.
Oh,
wow.
Another good get.
Forehand setup.
Oh.
Beautiful get, and it's just not going to make it.
There's that get ability we know and love from Montoya.
Wow.
Let's take a look back at that replay. The movement from Montoya.
Beautiful shifting of the feet one side to the other side. A overhead that just comes off the back wall, and Montoya puts it down, but yet still another great shot.
Same rally, but we had to catch 2 replays in that one. It was so long.
Wow. In all honesty, that was a mishit. Garay's racket slips in his hand. It doesn't matter. He splat rolls the ball, and that'll create a timeout.
So Montoya calling his first timeout and gives us an opportunity to thank some of the sponsors for making this event possible. We'd like to start out by thanking Cox and Core Wealth Management, brought to you by our very own Sully Core and his partner Brandon Cox. They help families with financial planning and investment management. And of course, there's a lot of planners out there, but not the way these guys do it. There's some intense planning that covers every angle of your financial world. Plus, they make a map that helps you with your financial decisions and help you manage your investments in a way that's coordinated with your financial plan. So reach out to them for more information on how they can help you with your financial planning. And Fix My Racket, go to fixmyracket.com, find out all the different ways that Fix My Racket can help you with your needs. And you'll also find them on site at a couple of events this year here doing some restringing. So thank you guys for making the Longhorn Open possible. So Garay leads 10-4. Montoya called that timeout.
And now we've got a broken string on the serve, so Garay's going to take an equipment timeout.
Yep, he'll swap out that racket. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be live streaming the finals at 12 p.m. Central Time. That's 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for those of you wondering when you can watch. We already know that Jake Bredenbeck will be in the finals. He defeated David Horn to get there, and the winner of this match will face Bredenbeck at 12 p.m. Central Time.
Beautiful get. And just can't quite get to that one off the back wall. Tremendous effort throwing his body all the way stretched out.
Can you imagine what their training matches must look like? These guys train together out of Chihuahua. And I wonder what they save then for events like this.
Oh, they save it all.
They do.
They don't show anything in those practice
Right.
matches. Montoya ripping a forehand to the right pinch. Really relaxing through his swing. He just really rotates through the ball. And for a small guy, he really put some pace on it. Beautiful serve.
It was all backhand in that rally from both players.
And this is where Montoya is comfortable. His backhand, I'd argue to say, is far stronger than his forehand. Nothing to take against his forehand. But that's where he seems to be most comfortable and confident. And Garay needs to, he's getting more skips on the forehand side. He needs to try and shift it back that direction.
Oh, almost gets it.
And Montoya is immediately getting up, asking for a screen, saying he couldn't see the ball because it had passed so close to Garay that he didn't have the opportunity. And the referee is going to disagree.
Referee holds that power.
It's the beauty of being the referee.
10-6 in game one of our second semifinal of the evening.
Beautiful serve to the backhand side. Montoya just can't quite get a racket on it and skips it just as it's taking its second bounce. That is going to be Garay's second ace to the backhand side. Beautiful angle on that serve, but, excuse me, good serve, but unfortunately the angle was off, and we'll call a screen serve.
Good D.
Oh, wow. Hit a great clean line, just when you think it's a perfect winner, Garay is like actually there. Doesn't make it to the front wall, but the idea that he can get to that ball is astounding.
The athleticism that we've seen from the pros so far this week has just been outstanding.
Nice, smooth follow-through swing on the forehand from Montoya.
Keeps it so low.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that's just all you need to do.
Well, especially against someone as fast as Garay, when you know he's going to be there, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, with somebody who gets the ball like that, it's just a matter of just moving them from side to side, corner to corner, and you don't always have to take a full hard swing to get the ball in that position. And Montoya exhibits that with that last shot. This will be another setup. And he rightfully puts it away.
Montoya just chipping away 1 point at a time. We got another timeout from Eduardo Garay. Gives us a moment to continue thanking the sponsors for making this possible. Gulf Coast Graphics, they have your back when it comes to anything you need printed, like vehicle wraps, signs, banners. You get quality work and great service at the same time. You can visit the Gulf Coast Graphics site for all your printing needs. And Chuck Grigson, he's been a longtime supporter of this event, and he's been also practicing civil and criminal law for over 40 years, and his experience is unparalleled. He works with individuals and small businesses throughout Texas and the USA. So if you find yourself in a little bit of trouble with the law, or maybe you have a dispute or just some contract negotiations, Chuck is the man you need to call. Check out his website for more information. And Splathead has the cutting-edge sportswear that can be worn both on and off the court. They also have sponsorship grants to players, and they're a nationwide supporter of tournaments. So when you buy Splathead, you're pretty much helping make all of that happen. Go to splathead.com during the Longhorn Open and use the discount code Longhorn25 to get 25% off your order. That's Longhorn25. So Garay calling that timeout. Steps back out onto the court. Montoya will continue serving. Good timeout for Garay.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes. Montoya gets a serve. He was very hot on the serves, takes the timeout. He comes back on the court. Decent serve, good angle, comes off the back wall, and Garay is able to shoot it. That makes the difference. Now that is a beautiful serve, perfect angle, rides the side wall, hugs it so close going back towards the front wall. Normally people won't be able to shoot it, but Montoya, again, comfort zone with the backhand, hits a beautiful splat to get back in the box.
8-11. Oh, gets that. Oh.
Now that has got to be unavoidable.
Yep, looks like it. Oh no, it looks like they're going to replay it.
Now that is shocking. We're not getting a whole lot of argument from the players, but that is shocking. That's one that you just cannot afford. Montoya sets up the forehand. Instead of going down the line, decides to pinch right back to Garay, exactly where he is, and skips the backhand.
So then I think that last one was a point. I just heard the ref say it's 10-11. So I guess that's why there was no argument. We couldn't hear the ref up here. We got that cleared up. 10-11.
Another good serve, setting up a shot.
Oy. Talk about a time where you don't want to skip. Now, the last time these two met up, it was a really tough matchup. They went to tiebreaker. The scores were 14-14-2. So we're in for a pretty tight matchup today. And again, the last time they saw each other was over 6 months ago. It was in June of 2017 on their home turf in Chihuahua. It's tough. Montoya keeps that ball right up against the wall.
Yeah, it's the same shot that Montoya had just a minute ago. The difference is Montoya perfectly splats it out. Garay puts it right in the floor.
10 serving 11.
Another hinder is what he's wanting. Looks like they're going to stop playing. He's going to get it.
So then they'll replay that. Ten 11.
And that's a blistering serve. Setting up the backhand for Garay. Montoya gets the setup with the forehand and puts it down.
Ties it up, 11-11.
Wow. Wow. Off the back foot. Ball pretty much at his back shoulder. And he just rips it into the left pinch. That's amazing.
Outstanding. 11-11. Montoya's got that racket up in the back.
And that one just not enough to make the front wall. Stretching really wide to get to it. Tries to splat it out and just not enough. Montoya back in the box. Got a tie game here. These guys are both siding each other out. Betting Montoya is really wanting to get a drilled in serve. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an ace here.
Oh. Pretty much calling it, Sully.
You know.
This is what you do. 12-11. Montoya got what he wanted.
And to the right-hand side, right? So playing off that glass wall. These guys need to spend a little bit more time on that side of the court. And beautiful, relaxed swing from Garay.
Incredible frustration from Montoya.
This is the back and forth that we're going to see. I mean, These guys obviously know each other's games, right? They play each other all the time. They know the ins and outs. And so it's them just sort of working each other at this point.
And that was very interesting because we saw a very similar thing in the Brett and Beck Horn match that happened earlier. Another tale of two players who train together, play together. It's interesting to watch.
Huge unforced error there. Fairly easy forehand. All he had to do was make the front wall and did everything but that.
Keeps it tied up here, 12-12 in game one.
Ref's going to stop play here. He's going to call that a short serve as it just caught just a hair, the last little hair of that line. And these guys are really taking advantage of these concrete courts, drilling the ball just inches above the floor. And it's just amazing that they can get it to cross that line. It just gets so close. Oh, wow. Perfect execution. by Montoya, stepping up, taking that ball early overhead to the forehand side, which was the wide open court. I just don't understand. Like, Garay's actually there. That's what surprises me. Like, most people, that's done. Garay is actually, he didn't make the shot, but the fact that he's getting there is something that is impressive, because you do that enough times, eventually you're going to make the shots, and that's sometimes the difference between winning and losing.
Oh,
beautiful touch. He read it the whole time. Montoya was clearly closing his body off towards the side wall, which is an indication that you're shooting into the side wall. Garay reads it, speeds up to the front of the court, and all he has to do is pinch to the left, keep the ball in the front of the court. There's no way Montoya can make the entire length of the court. Beautiful winner.
Oh.
And that one will be called avoidable.
We'll get a little bit of an argument there from Garay.
Yeah, Garay is, I think what Garay is saying in this point is that he was trying to get out of the way, and Montoya was holding on to him, preventing him. So it was just like, hey, why am I penalized for this?
What's the jam up there? Well, Garay calls the timeout, which means we'll take a quick little break here. It's tied up 12-12 in Game 1 of the Longhorn Open. And we're back in the semifinals. Eduardo Garay calling that timeout after that avoidable hinder called. You see him back there on the court. It's all tied up 12-12 right now in Game 1. These guys are battling to move on to the finals tomorrow, which we will be live streaming at 12 p.m. Central Time. The winner of this match will face Jake Bredenbeck tomorrow in the finals. And stick around, because we'll also be live streaming the doubles final tomorrow right after singles.
Garay is asking for a short serve there, and that is about as perfect as a serve as you absolutely can get. You know, and it almost takes him to the point where he sort of immediately gets out of the rally. This is one of those situations where you let the ref make the call. You go out there and you just hit the shot. If anything's close, you got to play through, especially when you're 12-12 reaching the end of the game. Beautiful get. Oh, and almost another one.
I mean, that's the thing. Garay is right there for everything. It makes him such a threat on the court. He's so fast.
And I'll tell you what makes him even a greater threat. The idea that he can make these amazing gets. I don't know if you noticed, but he popped up about as quick as you could pop up. He almost didn't even land, right? He's just like land, pop up. He was literally back in center court and then over to the left to get out of Montoya's way, and in just the most blink of an eye. Oof. There's another good get.
Right up.
Oh, change of direction. Oh!
He gets that one too. Unbelievable.
Both of them started out one way, had to change direction to get to the ball. It worked out in Garay's favor, unfortunately not for Montoya.
That ball almost hitting him. Here he is, pops right up there.
There it is.
Gets the
and
second
just
one.
Literally hits it with his frame.
So,
wow.
I think when Garay's not playing racquetball, he's just doing burpees all day.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
I don't know how you get up that fast.
It's probably a really good training method.
12-14.
Beautiful serve. He's going to catch another ace to the backhand side. Really making a run for it here. trying to get some points to get back into this game. There's another beautiful serve, setting up a forehand. Good get. Oh! Montoya from the knees, trying to strike through the ball, unfortunately skips it. You can see it on his face. He knows he made a huge mistake that he's regretting, and it's going to make him call a timeout.
It's tied up 14-14. And just to roll back a little bit for people who are just tuning in or just joining us here this evening, Eduardo Garay is someone who maybe you haven't seen very much on the WRT. This is only his third WRT event. He played in 2015 at the San Luis Open, and then he played in June in Chihuahua. That was last June, where he lost to Rodrigo Montoya in the semifinals. And so it's kind of fun to watch this guy seemingly come out of nowhere, right? This is only his third event. And the gets that he's making, the threat that he is out here on the court, the fact that he took out Gerardo Franco in round 16s, Andre Parilla in the quarterfinals earlier today, it's huge and it's fun to watch. I mean, this is why I love watching the World Racquetball Tour, because you just never know what's going to happen, who's going to pop up at an event like this.
The talent is incredible.
And then you have Rodrigo Montoya, who all throughout 2017 basically was in the #1 position. He finished #2 as David Horn just snuck by him in the last event of the year last year. Montoya is defending his championship title. He won his second ever WRT event right here last year at the Longhorn Open. He defeated another Chihuahua player, Javier Mar, who is currently the Mexican national champion.
I think it's safe to say there's lots of talent coming from Mexico.
Totally. 14-14.
Good serve, gets what he wants, and puts it down. Another forehand winner to come back and take the first game.
15-14, Eduardo Garay wins. We'll be back with game 2 in just a few minutes to see how Rodrigo Montoya can answer back. We're back at the 2018 Longhorn Open. This is the semifinals where Eduardo Garay just defeated Rodrigo Montoya in game 1, 15-14. Sully, what are your thoughts on that first game?
Well, I'm really impressed with the athleticism. We're seeing these guys making incredible gets. They're staying in the rally. They're forcing the other opponent to hit winners. With one slight exception, in that Montoya has had 9 skips shooting forehands from the back half of the court. So, that's one thing that Garay is going to have to continue capitalizing. He seems to continue throwing the ball more to the backhand side when he really needs to be feeding the ball more to the forehand side, where Montoya is having some obvious issues.
Yeah, and we were talking about how potent that forehand side could be just with the added feature here in the gym of that side wall glass. Throw in the gearbox black ball.
It's absolutely blistering, and for Montoya, he's got 11 of those forehands winners down that side. So it's very clear here compared to the backhand that the forehand is where an individual is going to win this match just by what we've seen from the first game. So let's see which one of these guys figures it out and is able to capitalize.
Garay will start off serving 0-0.
Wow. Fairly big skip there. Pretty juicy forehand setup. Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, maybe just going for it, still coming off that high of the 15-14 win.
And a backhand skip. So we've seen a couple of those from Garay. He's shifting his feet, making a move towards the front court, doesn't get his racket back quite early enough, and unfortunately pushes through the ball and skips it right into the ground. And That's another beautiful serve by Montoya. Not much Garay can do with that.
Makes it 2-0 in game 2. Oh, switches up that serve.
Beautiful serve. And there it is. Sets up the beautiful forehand and hits the ball to the left-hand side where Garay was not.
We saw such frustration from Montoya at the end of game 1, but the control now that he's showing, and especially with firing off those serves.
Yeah, I really think that the forehand side is really where he needs to be putting it. He just gets a window of the forehand side and takes it straight to the left-hand side this time. You know, just because the changeup is good, but if you find something that works, continue going to it until it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's another example of a serve going to the forehand side, setting up a weak return, and he puts it down. So this is kind of what I'm seeing here, and it's surprising that I don't think they're seeing it yet, unless Montoya has just figured it out.
It's a 4-0 lead for Montoya.
Nice shot. What a rally.
There was so much like wrist strength involved in that rally between some of those flicks from both players.
These guys have tremendous footwork. Their eye and hand coordination and their skill with just being able to turn on a dime and hit this ball it's ridiculous. Beautiful backhand splat. I
feel like there's a shift in Montoya's body language, though.
He is frustrated with himself. You can obviously see it. Now it's not breaking him down. He seems to be using it to good, but you know it's still sort of 50-50 at this point.
Yeah.
But he's not holding back. I mean, he's going for that shot. That is a big shot. That is his shot. That's a shoulder height backhand splat that he would normally put down. He knows he's not playing his best ball. You can see it. That's what you're talking about, that nonverbal communication. But he's still trying to find it. And this is a player who can find it. Did he find it?
Yikes. Looks like he dug something out there.
Wow.
Man. It's just sometimes he makes it look so effortless too, you know?
It is effortless. He's literally not even swinging. He's just putting his racket out, using the momentum of the ball, and just hitting a perfect shot.
And then a skip.
And unfortunately follows it with that. And that'll bring us with one timeout from Garay.
Well, that brings us to thanking the Texas Racquetball Association. The TXRA.org is a brand new improved website and the fastest way to get tournament information and the latest news. Whether you're a novice or a pro, TXRA.org has something for everyone. How to play racquetball, how to get a competitive license, how to get certified as a ref or an instructor. TXRA.org is your source for rankings, statistics, and direct links to our two sports. Plus, one thing that I really like is an interactive map to find places to play that's very helpful. Get involved now at TXRA.org. And we would also like to give a thank you to our sponsor, Gearbox Racquetball. The official ball of the WRT is the Gearbox Black Ball. Plus, they have the best not just in rackets, but in apparel too. Go to gearboxsports.com for more from Gearbox. So the finals will be live streaming tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time. Jake Bredenbeck will take on the winner of this match. And from the way it's going and from the way the matches have gone today, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a tiebreaker here tonight.
You never know. I mean, you know, the body language that Montoya is exhibiting is concerning. And he is really going to have to find his groove here. You know, I mean, again, we're seeing a sprinkle of beautiful shots and a sprinkle of just really blatant skips. And you can tell he's really frustrated, yet he's still in this game, right? He's still in it. So he's really going to have to find it in order to turn things around in order to get you that tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think Montoya needs to find some of that confidence. He thrived on that a little bit when he started to open up this match 4-0. But again, it's shifted.
And these guys continue playing on, but the referee is banging on the glass, indicating that there's going to be a hold-up hinder, and they'll replay that rally. For those of you just joining our broadcast, we've been watching Garay and Montoya. Garay has just recently changed shirts. He's now wearing the blue, and Montoya is wearing red.
I thought I saw that short.
And the referee is going to agree with you. Just barely caught the line, and we'll take second serve here. A little too much that he wanted to do with that ball, and unfortunately ends up with an unforced error.
(4-0) for Montoya. As he lines up for the serve.
Ref's going to call that short. Montoya does not look happy. Getting confirmation from the crowd. I think they gave him the sign that it was short. He's okay with it now. It's always okay when your friends give you the call, right?
It is good to have those extra eyes out there.
Beautiful forehand. Another winner to the forehand side. This is where he's capitalizing. And this is why he's up 5-0.
Number 2 on the WRT right now. Held the #1 position for most of 2017. He's looking to go to the finals and defend his title.
Beautiful serve. Very, very nice. Beautiful touch.
Puts it at 6-0. Quite a different score than we saw in game 1.
Nice change up. And Garay, with wonderful footwork, dances around to the right side of the court. Beautiful forehand winner. Wow.
He is just so fast, too. I mean, he's kind of everywhere. That's what we saw and expected from him in game 1. Oh,
nice.
Wow. What a way to get your first point on the board.
He earned that one.
Definitely.
And he started it all with a drive Z to the backhand. It's the first time we've seen that serve in this match. And it was really, really effective for 2 reasons. 1, because it was a changeup and Montoya wasn't expecting it. And 2, on these walls, that ball kicks off that side wall, and it makes it really difficult to hit. And he goes to it one more time, and he again gets a successful serve. He may have found something here to turn this thing around.
Yeah, an interesting changeup too, because his drive serve has kind of been what carried him through up until this point.
And his drive serve has been fantastic. But, you know, at a certain point, you got to explore some of these other serves. You know, there's many serves you can hit, and sometimes you just have to find the right one. And I think he may have found it. Oh, what a get! Oh my goodness. He's going to get that too.
Oh my God.
Oh, and he chooses the wrong side on this very last get. The crowd is going crazy.
Those were outstanding gets. I mean, who gets that?
I have never seen anybody get a ball that looked like that.
Check it out here on the replay. Look
oh
at
my
that
goodness,
get.
the full length of the court. He's hitting with literally the ball behind his body.
The angle on that racket.
Only to get another beautiful get to the backhand side. Montoya's just got to be frustrated with all of this, but yet plays through the entire rally, wins the point. We're seeing some real special stuff right here.
Yeah, and then he chooses that wrong side. Such anticipation, though.
And that just a little too much of a setup for Garay. Montoya decides to lob to the forehand side. Fairly good idea, but leaves it just a bit short, and Garay puts it down pretty easily. Back in the box. Going back to the drive serve to the backhand side. Now that was a beautiful serve. Ball did not come off, but maybe an inch or two off that back wall. Doesn't matter for Montoya. Sets up a beautiful backhand down the line to get back in the box. Oh, between the legs. And that one's gonna hold up for a hinder.
What a show for our semifinal tonight.
You know, you normally don't see so many hinders. And the reason why we're seeing these hinders tonight is because each one of these guys has an amazing ability to get the ball. What's that? Get ability?
Get ability.
Okay, get ability. So
Montoya started it.
So that's when you have that, the rallies last longer, and hinders are a natural part of that.
Oh, nice changeup on the serve.
Beautiful. Right down the right wall. Super clean. 2 bounces to the back wall.
7-2. It's the second time he changed it up to the forehand side, and second time he got a point off it. Oh, that ball was so low. I thought it skipped. That's good. It makes it 8-2.
He took it up a notch. He's got a little extra pep in his step. The confidence level has risen. And he's flat out taking it to Garay right now.
Certainly is. Montoya back in control at 9-2. Garay taking his second timeout of the game. That means he's exhausted his timeouts now, if that is his second. We'd like to thank our sponsors for bringing The WRT here to this event and making the Longhorn Open possible with Cox & Core Wealth Management. They help families with their financial planning and investment management. Now, a lot of people say they do that, but not the way Cox & Core Wealth Management does. They cover every angle of your financial world, creating a map to help you with your financial decisions. So if you have something that's changing in your life, or maybe you're just planning for your retirement, reach out to Cox & Core Wealth Management. Also like to thank FixMyRacket.com. They can do just about anything to save that racket that you have, and you can find them at a lot of events here throughout the country, stringing your rackets right on site. So Garay calling that timeout. Montoya leads 9-2. We've seen a real shift here from Montoya.
Yeah, no doubt he has reduced the amount of skips. He had 9 in the first game. He only has 3 right now. He's got 10 total winners compared to 4 total winners from Garay. That's it. Don't skip, hit winners. Simple recipe for success.
So simple.
Well, simple from out here.
Oh, simple for us, for
yes.
sure. These guys have changed shirts many times.
Oh, he's not going to get that. Unfortunately, Montoya steps away from the ball enough to give Garay the shot. I agree with Montoya here. The ref is obviously calling this a hinder, and Montoya saying, I got out of the way. I did my job. He has his shot. He needs to take it. He doesn't get to just take every ball over that he wants.
Oh,
wow. Shoulder height, leaning into it with the backhand. Beautiful shot.
3-9.
The ref is going to call this a skip ball. And that's one of those that is honestly just too close to call.
Yeah, these guys hit that ball so fast and so low.
Good angle and enough to pass Montoya to the right side. Cannot get there in time to shoot the ball off the back wall.
Montoya really going for it deep in that corner.
Starting to see a little bit of that momentum change here. We're starting to see Garay in the box a little bit more than Montoya, scoring points when he gets in there. He's closing that gap. But yet we have another side out, putting him back to defend and return what will be Montoya's serve.
Well, he went for switching it back up to that forehand drive serve.
Yeah, he
Didn't
pretty
work.
much just rolled it out on the right-hand side. That wasn't close. Very rare from these guys.
Skips
And
it.
Garay taking it early, catching the ball out of the air. Unfortunately, a skip for him. And are we sitting at 10-3?
We are.
Montoya really breaking away here. That is beautiful.
An ace serve to put him at 11-3. I think.
And another perfect serve. Not quite as low as the first, but the angle was spectacular. Jetting off the back wall enough for Garay not to be able to get a racket on it. And Garay at this point doesn't know what hit him, as he's down 12-3 in this second game after that spectacular comeback to win the first game. Montoya in total control.
Oh,
Wow.
beautiful down the line.
That
so
is
clean.
tough.
Right up against that glass, just like we like.
And hitting the sidewall coming at his body, which is always tough from an angle standpoint. Garay is just really not doing much with this ball compared to what we saw in the first game. He's hitting his shots, but they're going right back to the center of the court, right back at Montoya, and Montoya's just having a field day retrieving these balls because they're easy. Beautiful serve, another blistering ace to the backhand side.
I mean, talk about when your serve is on and how effective it can be. That's the third ace in this series right here.
Yes, really, really feeling it. And that one's gonna fall just a little bit short. We'll take second serve here. Wow. That is spectacular. That is incredible difficult shot. Taking it from the back, moving through the backhand, splatting it out. That's just incredible. Beautiful get. A little touch, and it's just not enough. Montoya making his way to the front court to close out game 2 and take us to tiebreaker.
So that means we're going to a breaker, folks. All right, we are back in the semifinals of our second semifinal of the day. Rodrigo Montoya serving at Eduardo Garay tiebreaker.
And Montoya immediately trying to just drill amazing serves. He knows that this is going to be the way to win this tiebreaker. Beautiful forehand to the right-hand side. And Garay just can't quite get to it. Pushes into Montoya's body simply to almost pretend like there's going to be a hinder there, and the ref's not buying it. Montoya will walk away with the point. Beautiful serve. Oh, and just misses the forehand. Pinch to the right side. And just missing that incredible opportunity, getting Garay back in the box. For those of you who have been watching, Garay now has changed his shirt. He's wearing green and serving at the moment. That shot was sick.
We have seen some incredible racquetball so far up to this point.
When Montoya really moves through the ball and hits it with that pace and at that height, it's quite spectacular to watch. Oh, almost gets the ball just a hair short. Laying it all out here for the tiebreaker.
This is what we like in our semifinal. Got to give it everything. These guys are fighting to play Bredenbeck tomorrow in the final.
Short serve called, and Garay will set up for a lob as his second serve. It's going to that right side. Unfortunately, it hits a crack, pops out for a perfect setup for Montoya. and he flat out skips it. Not happy about that one.
It's all down to this. It's the first one to 11 in the breaker.
Beautiful serve, beautiful angle. Montoya tries to step into it, just doesn't have enough to make the front wall. Garay locks in another point, putting us at 2-1. Beautiful backhand by Montoya. Garay goes for it. You know, sometimes when Garay goes for these dives, he lands in such a way, like on that one, I almost thought he was going to break his wrist.
Right.
You know, the racket gets squished in between the wall and him. He has no fear. He just flat out goes for every ball. And it sure does make for some extremely exciting racquetball.
Almost. This is certainly some exciting racquetball. I hope everyone at home is enjoying this show, because I know everyone here is, and we certainly are. Practically holding my breath on some of these rallies.
Yeah, we've got a great crowd here tonight. Everybody is on the edge of their seat. Really excited to watch these two battle it out. Beautiful serve, perfect angle. Sets it up. Forehand, and unfortunately that ball skips. What's the call from the ref? It is good.
Says it's good.
Montoya thinks it skips. I agree with Montoya at this point. It doesn't matter what I think, and it doesn't matter what Montoya thinks. It only matters what the ref thinks.
He has absolute power in this situation.
Amazing rally here. That's up. Another setup.
Oh!
Tries a little bit of a changeup, shooting the ball from shoulder height. Doesn't get any rotation, puts the ball on the ground, and that's going to put up Garay 3 serves 1.
Wow. The rallies in this match. It's going to be really fun to go back and cut some of these and put them out as teasers. Montoya is just usually involved in some really outstanding rallies, and he is we coined the term gettability for him. This time last year he was playing Cardona. We have that clip up on Facebook and also on YouTube if you want to see where gettability started.
Beautiful. That's going to be enough for Montoya to take a timeout. Garay really showing some control here in this game.
And the score is 5-1, Garay leading, and the momentum just completely different in game 3 right now. Really fun to watch the athleticism from these players.
Yeah, Garay is moving his feet a little bit better. He's setting up to the ball a little bit better, putting it down. Montoya just making, similar to the first game, a few too many unforced errors. And that's the difference here with Garay up 5-1, now breaking away with a little mini lead in the tiebreaker, right? It's not a huge lead, but he's almost halfway to the end, right? So as an opponent sees that being down 1-5, that's kind of a scary thing. That's a scary moment where you realize your only opponent has to get on just a short run before the game might be over. Smartly takes a timeout.
Yeah, I think that is really good from Montoya. We've seen him a lot on the WRT. He has 4 WRT titles of his own. He won 3 of those 4 titles in 2017. And this is the 3rd time that we've seen Eduardo Garay on the WRT. First time was in 2015 at the San Luis Open. The second time was just this past June at the Chihuahua Open, so he's playing on his home turf. And the last time he played was Montoya in that semifinal. They went 14-14-2 in the tiebreaker. So we're here in another tiebreaker situation, and Garay is looking to change the script on this. Five serving one.
That ball will fall short. He'll take a second serve here. Yeah, Garay is getting a lot of balls, but unfortunately, that is one he just cannot get to, with Montoya putting the ball perfectly past him to the backhand side. But it never hurts to ask.
Right. And I think that timeout did Montoya some good. He broke Garay's rhythm. And now he's serving. 1-5.
Nice serve. Oh!
Man, that
what
ball
a time
breaks.
for a broken ball. That is a ace serve. It's going to be a winner. You're down. You need your points, and the ball breaks. So in that circumstance, we essentially put a new ball in play, replay that point.
Replay.
Huge for Garay. Super disappointing for Montoya.
Just adds to the excitement of this match. I mean, you're really not expecting that.
Yeah, and so for those of you who don't know, we're playing with the Gearbox Black Ball. This ball is incredibly durable. One of the most durable balls I've ever played with. You can get multiple games on it. I play with it many times. It lasts, it lasts. So if these guys are breaking this ball, they are ripping it.
So that's a replay. It's 1 serving 5. Let's see if Montoya switches up that serve. When he switches to that forehand every so often, that's another point. Sticks to the backhand. Ooh, keeps it up.
Rodrigo's off balance here. Oh, Garay almost making that ball as well. Really throwing the effort out there. But Montoya is going to win this point.
A little bit of karma, I guess, then in racquetball. It was a tougher than that ace, but Montoya still gets the point.
Yeah.
2-5.
Racquetball justice.
Yes.
I think is what we used to call that. That's going to be a short serve. Montoya just now getting word of the call. Heading back up to take a second serve. Wow. We have two hinders. Montoya wanted the first one. He didn't get it. Garay wants this one. He's going to get it. He's going to get it in the way of an avoidable, I believe.
Montoya not happy about that. (5-2). Let's see what Garay does in the service box. He had a good run last time he was in there.
And again, if you've noticed, a lot of these guys have kind of gone back to what they know, to the backhand side. Let's see if we start getting some changeup. Oh, wow, no, goes straight to the backhand side. Montoya knows exactly what to do with that and rips the ball right back down the line. You know, I got to tell you, I'm surprised. Garay got so much rhythm off of that drive Z to the backhand side.
I was thinking the same
Executed
thing.
that for about 3 times and has not gone back to it, and I just have to ask why.
I was expecting that he might switch it up there because he had gotten so many points off it before.
Beautiful shot. Instead of turning around and taking it with the backhand, shuffles his feet, dances around to the forehand. and rips it where Montoya can't quite get to. Garay back in the box. Still looks like he's going for this drive serve. And this time nails it. Perfect serve, 2 bounces to the back wall, great angle.
Now we know why he was sticking with that backhand drive.
He's trying for it. He knows it's bound to happen. That's why you continue going for it. Like, I'm gonna get this at some point in time.
At least the ball didn't break. 6, serving 2.
And that one's gonna be called short. Just barely grabbing a piece of that line, not making it completely over the line. We'll take second serve here. Wow.
Two, serving 6 in our semifinal tiebreaker. These guys are battling for a spot in the final tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time. We'll be live streaming that. We know Jake Bredenbeck is in the final. He beat David Horn in the match previous to this.
Garay is not happy, thinking Montoya picked that up on 2 bounces. I would have to agree with the ref on this one. All looked very clean to me. Looked like he wasn't going to be able to get it, but last minute had just enough juice to get there. Putting a racket on it, it's enough to frustrate Garay. Run a side out with Montoya putting the ball in play. 3-6.
Get.
Another good get off the crack. Oh my goodness. Did you see that shot? That ball did not come off the back wall hardly at all. I don't even understand how he was able to rotate through to get it, not to mention hit a spectacular shot. That's going to cause Garay to take a timeout.
I like the confidence too. Like, he acts like it was no big deal as he goes back to get the ball and step back in the service box. And that's sort of, you know, that whole demeanor from Montoya. He has that kind of, he's very like lackadaisical, right? And it is hard to read his body language sometimes, because sometimes it looks like he's down, like he's upset. But he just has that little bit of shoulder roll.
Yeah, it's all in his gait. He sort of just has that momentum. But deep down, he knows that was an awesome shot.
Yeah.
He knows in his gut that that was spectacular.
How do you not emote a little bit more?
But it's enough. He internalized. You know,
he does.
It's all internal for him. He uses that to then take it to another level with the next shots that we're about to see. That's what he does. Everybody handles the pressure a little bit differently. Some are a little bit more outwards with it, and some kind of keep it in. Montoya definitely keeps it in, and he hones in on it and hits incredible shots with incredible discipline.
And I think that's one of the things that some of his opponents have trouble with, you know, when they face Montoya, is how do you rattle him, right? Because he doesn't show a lot of emotion, whereas other players, sure, there's different tactics you can use to sort of get them frustrated, but Montoya is just, he's got it all in his own right there.
He's really hard to read. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get, with the exception of some really great backhand splats and some really amazing forehand shots, right? But he definitely doesn't wear his emotions on his shoulder, and it makes it, I would imagine, a little bit frustrating as an opponent to kind of determine where you have him. You know, where does he stand in this whole thing?
4 serving 6 in our tiebreaker.
Whoa! That was amazing.
39.5 feet.
That
backhand.
was amazing. I sure hope we have a replay on that because that was from shoulder height.
Let's see if we got it. We were a little frozen here with our mouths open.
I think we're all just taken aback with that shot. Oh, my goodness.
Let's see if we can get it after this serve.
Get. That'll be a setup.
Oh.
There it is.
Some amazing rallies here. Oh, it looks like we didn't catch it. We were too in awe and we missed our window to catch that replay.
That's living in the moment. You see something so shocking that you just forget to capture it, but it's ingrained in my mind.
It is, and I'm thinking we'll be cutting that later for a bit of a recap.
Oh. And not enough on that shot to make the front wall, skipping it for Montoya to get action in the box. Lost a little bit of this momentum here. We've seen it happen many times in this match. We've seen a flip-flop. Let's see what Montoya decides to do here. Beautiful serve, gets the setup. And patented backhand splat for Montoya. That's his wheelhouse. That's where he's comfortable.
He's going to bring it to 5-7. Keeping the tensions high in our tiebreaker. Second serve for Montoya.
Beautiful get.
Oh,
that's another one. I am shocked. This is a ball Garay's got to shoot. Montoya is giving him the lane. He's deciding to hold up, and the referee is being awfully friendly with that, providing him with a hinder, as it's almost like a safety, right? Like if you hold up, you deserve to get it, but not when you've got the shot. And
right.
At this, at a lower level, maybe that's the case, but at this level, you've got the shot. You take it. And it's setting a precedent because now Garay knows that he can hold up and he's going to get that hinder. In any moment where he doesn't have the clean shot, that's a decent strategy for him now. Off the wall. Oh, wow.
Man.
With the opportunity, tries to get a racket on it, just to punch it into the left corner. Can't quite get there. Garay getting just a little bit lucky on that one. Walks away with the point.
Brings us to 8-5 in our breaker.
shot.
Classic Montoya right there.
Yeah. I mean, this is almost the same situation, right? Montoya's got the setup. He's about to hold up. Garay gets out of the way, and Montoya shoots it. And that's the way it's supposed to be. At this level, there's going to be closeness. There's going to be contact. And I want to see these balls. I want to see these guys shoot that ball. Garay's holding up just a little bit too much, and Garay says, and Montoya says, nope, I'm not doing it, and hits a perfect shot for a winner. Beautiful get. It's going to leave a setup. Montoya does not put it down. Here's another one.
Oh.
Nice get. What a reach. And he takes it early out of the air, getting Garay out of position. Perfect pitch to the backhand side. Nothing Garay can do. Wonderful play by Montoya.
This is fantastic.
Wraps
Let's take a look
around.
at it. Got the replay.
This is a beautiful get just off the top frame. Montoya doesn't wait, takes it. Garay can't get back in action. Wonderful, intelligent play by Montoya.
There's a timeout on the court. These guys are keeping us pumped out here with some of these rallies.
This is exciting. Both these players playing at really high caliber. They're not afraid to throw their body out there.
They are leaving it all out there. And I mean, sometimes just the way that they're throwing around their bodies, I'm concerned too for their health and recovery. I mean, I know they're young, they can bounce back, but man, they are pushing off the glass, sliding into corners, and then diving. The gettability between these two players, Garay is just everywhere, and Montoya gets everything too. It's a fantastic matchup for our semifinal.
And what's amazing to me is the durability of these athletes. They don't have to do this just for the Longhorn Open. They have to do this for every tournament throughout the year. So we're talking about multiple weekends every single month, throwing your body out there. I don't know how these guys do it.
It's got to be a lot of ice involved, I would imagine. And what's that, icy hot, biofreeze?
Yeah. These guys have every tactic in the book. They're utilizing everything that's available to them to get recovered. No doubt.
I think it'll be really interesting too to see these. So the style of these two players is so different than what I think we can expect to see from Jake Bredenbeck tomorrow. Yeah. So it'll be a really interesting final no matter who goes to the final tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup.
Yeah, Jake, obviously a bigger individual, is known for stepping in and really ripping the ball, while not knowing as the most graceful getter or graceful diver, still makes some decent decent gets here and there. But it's definitely going to be interesting, almost like a David and Goliath type matchup.
Yeah.
Another frame get. Oh, wow. Ball hitting too many walls. Garay can't get his feet set to hit a decent shot. Comes right back to Montoya, and he just has to put it in the left pinch, put the ball down, get back in the box.
Makes it 7-8.
He's fighting.
Point by point, yes.
He is fighting for this. Beautiful serve. Oh, just comes off the back wall. And Garay steps in to splat it out. Beautiful shot. You can tell now he's intense. He hits the shot, gets the fist pump. He's pumped. We haven't seen this energy from him before. It's just now starting to kick in. I think it might be enough fuel to take him to the finish line.
It would be incredible for him to move on to his first final tomorrow.
And a skip by Montoya. Another fist pump from Garay. He really wants this thing.
He's feeling it. 9-7. I feel like 9 is a pretty crucial point in the tiebreaker.
Montoya looks like he's thinking about this. He's putting his head down. He's figuring out what he has to do to get back into the service line.
Second serve for Eduardo Garay. Oh, I thought he was going to get there.
I really did too. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Right.
At this point, I sort of feel like every ball is retrievable now that I've seen Garay play. I have a different perspective of this sport now.
There must be a record for the number of dives in one match as well.
Well, you know, when he's getting to the ball, he's just so barely getting to it that he's literally hitting it at the top of the strings or even sometimes the frame. So it's literally the furthest stretch you could possibly get to get the ball. And it's just some of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. That ball is going to be short.
I think Garay thinks it's skipped, but
they are definitely calling this a side out.
Oh, I didn't see that. And there's a broken string on Montoya's racket. So he's going to go ahead and switch out his racket.
But this was definitely called a side out. So,
yeah, I didn't catch that it skipped, but I mean,
you know, I
maybe
never
we
really
just
look
didn't
for
have
skips off the
angle.
serve.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it just doesn't happen very often. Obviously, the referee is far more in tune with what's going on, as he rightfully needs to be. We're not seeing a whole lot of argument from the players, so we have to assume that Montoya just skipped a serve.
Really did skip it.
9-7 in a tiebreaker.
Not a good time for that.
Going for the ace serve would have been beautiful. Falls just a little bit short. Would have been the heartbreaker. But instead, we're looking at second serve. Wow. One unforced error from Montoya, only to be followed by another unforced error by Garay. Garay looking like he's going one way with the serve, changes his mind to try and change it up to Montoya and shorts the ball with a lob to the left-hand side. Montoya back to serve. Oh my goodness.
Gets it.
That is unbelievable. Steps back just enough to be able to have the momentum to rip it to the right pinch. Unbelievable clutch shot at this moment of the match.
We're not even going to be able to really cut highlights from this match. We're just going to have to replay the whole thing.
The whole thing is a highlight.
Gotta watch the whole thing.
This is a setup. Beautiful splat, great get. And he's not going to be able to get that one, just too wide by Garay.
Yes, gets that angle. Man, this is so intense. I mean, I couldn't even tell you who I want to win because I almost just don't want this match to end. Let's just see how far we can push it.
Agreed. I'd stay here all night to watch this.
I actually can't believe how long this match has been going on.
Beautiful serve. Oh, had the setup with the forehand side, didn't capitalize on the opportunity. but Montoya does. And we've got another side out.
8 serving 9 in our tiebreaker.
Oh, it's a hinder. He has proven throughout this entire match that he can get that ball, and the ref is giving it to him.
Oh boy, there's going to be a conversation here.
Just enough contact to prevent him from getting that ball. He has proven time and time again throughout this match that he can get those balls, and the referee agrees. They're going to play it over, and Montoya looks disgusted.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, he hasn't been happy with any of those calls from the referee, and at this crucial point in the game, I mean, kind of just hurts a little more.
It doesn't hurt enough to destroy the love of these guys that they can share their own sweat towel.
Their own dirty floor sweat towel, okay? I just want to...
Let's wipe the floor. I'll take a
Then our
turn. Here,
faces.
would you like a turn too?
A lot of respect for each other out there on the court, though. I do like how in the beginning of this tiebreaker, they did give a little, like bro hug to kind of start it off. These guys are players and competitors, friends on and off the court. It's funny.
Oh, and that's just too good. Beautiful. Montoya turning back to the ref saying, well, could he have gotten that one? I don't think so.
Sometimes you just got to give that look, right? Nine, tied up again.
Oh, opportunity
with
with a shot off the back wall, and Garay just can't do it, skipping the ball. Giving Montoya his first opportunity at match point.
10-9. I like how Montoya doesn't let those hinders and avoidable hinders get to him, and he stays really focused. True pro right there.
Oh, to end this match on that shot is just not fair.
Yeah, that hurts after all the effort and all the diving, but Rodrigo Montoya definitely earned that win. Just incredible athleticism from both these guys.